Have you ever been sitting in a crowded boardroom, or maybe across the table on a first date, and your gut suddenly tells you that someone is either staring holes through you or lying straight to your face? The problem is, you never have the proof. Relying on what people say, or even their facial expressions, is often a mistake. A deceptive person can easily practice a lie or carefully choreograph a smile to hide their true intent. But underneath that practiced performance, there is a continuous stream of biological data broadcasting in every direction. Everyone emits these subconscious physiological signals, but almost no one is trained to read them. By tapping into this hidden stream of information, you can conduct a complete unspoken interrogation to uncover exactly what a person is hiding, without them ever realizing they are being questioned. Stepping outside of spoken language allows you to witness the specific moments where the body's autonomic functions betray a person's words. The first phase of an unspoken interrogation is target acquisition. You need a way to figure out exactly who is watching you from across the room, and you need to do it without sparking a confrontation. The human brain is deeply susceptible to biological contagion. If you fake a massive, exaggerated yawn, the subconscious mind of anyone secretly observing you will involuntarily force them to yawn right back. Once you have identified your target, you move to phase 2, verifying deception. And to do that, you have to ignore their face completely. When hiding information, a body experiences an involuntary stress spike. Focus squarely on their chest. The breathing pattern will drastically slow down for a brief second, followed by a sudden rapid acceleration as the body tries to recover oxygen. That biological glitch isn't restricted to the lungs. It happens in the brain, too, leading us to the micropause rule. Watch this timeline marking a half-second gap between a question and an answer. If someone hesitates for exactly half a second before speaking, their brain is experiencing cognitive overload, either furiously inventing a lie or fighting to suppress a raw emotion. A target can rehearse their words for days, but they are entirely powerless to stop their autonomic nervous system and cognitive processing speed from exposing the truth. To calibrate your lie detection, you enter phase 3, establishing a baseline. You have to measure how comfortable the target actually feels around you. Humans are wired with a biological quirk called the mirror neuron effect. We subconsciously copy the physical posture, movements, and tone of the people we feel safely connected to. You can reverse engineer this mechanism. By lightly mirroring a target's posture and vocal rhythm, you can artificially build trust and establish a comfortable baseline before moving into the final stage. Phase 4 is extraction. This is where you transition from passive observation into active psychological pressure. The human brain hates a void. When an unexplained gap opens up in a conversation, our minds inherently panic, desperate to fill the awkward silence vacuum. To spring with silence trap, deliver a short, definitive statement. I know everything. Then lock onto their eyes and absolutely refuse to say another word. The target's internal anxiety often forces them to speak. In the rush to bridge the silence, they frequently provide specific details and defensive explanations they never intended to share. Weaponized silence leverages the target's own social instincts against them, creating a self-imposed pressure that leads to a voluntary disclosure. Every moment of stillness functions as a diagnostic tool, providing the time needed to categorize every shift in a target's physiology. Because these tactics are so potent, they require responsible application. This unspoken interrogation should be deployed defensively, to protect your personal boundaries and verify true motives, rather than as a predatory trap. Social dominance is often confused with volume, but the person doing the most talking is often the one broadcasting the most vulnerability to a trained observer. While others are distracted by the performance, the observer is reading the reality of the room through signals the body cannot hide.